Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about 7 universal laws which are governing our lives. If we can learn to use the 7 universal laws, we can learn to manifest truly easily. We can learn to control our minds. We can learn to move through life with a certain flow where we can stay grounded, we can stay creative, we can stay connected with the creator or the higher consciousness, and we can download the ideas which can help to guide us through life. So what are 7 universal laws which are governing our lives? The first one is the well-known, which you've probably heard of already, and the name of it is the law of attraction. Like attracts like. So you are never attracting into your life just what you think. It was the first idea when the law of attraction became more known, when the movie The Secret and the book The Secret came out. It was all about thoughts, and it was actually amazing because back at that time it was the first truly major awakening happening, and that awakening was all about reminding people about the power of the mind, the power of thinking. It was the beginning, the initiation of a truly amazing awakening. And then people started learning that it's not just about thoughts. I can think about my wanting car all day long, but nothing is changing, right? Many people find out that it's not enough just to think if we stay emotionally attached to the old version of ourselves. So the biggest problem when it comes to law of attraction is that it is not teaching us how to let go, how to shift your identity, how to truly change your character. But the law of attraction is truly powerful law when it comes to shifting our realities, changing our lives. If we learn to create letting go easy by doing more things we love to do, our mind will become truly powerful when it comes to creating. Our thoughts will become much more magnetic, much more powerful. So if you would truly love to use the law of attraction for changing your life, make sure that every single day you're building a discipline. So you're placing more of your attention to what you love to do, and then you do it. You do more of the things you love to do, because that's what is truly raising the energy in your body from the lower 3 energy centers, which are emotional centers. You're releasing that energy so it can travel through your heart, through your throat area. You start speaking your truth. Then it is traveling through your 3rd eye, where you can see the truth. You can see the bigger picture of everything. You can see your purpose, you can see what you want to do with your life. And then the crown center, which is connecting you with the divine, with the creator, and allowing you to download greater ideas and to always feel in alignment. You can achieve that state by staying grounded and doing what you love, with flow, with being creative, with expressing yourself. That's why I'm always saying to you, express yourself. Find the tools which can help you to express yourself. Find passions which can help you to express yourself, and do more of it. So you can raise more love in your life, raise more joy in your life, more happiness, and most importantly, more flow state in your life. That's how the law of attraction, if you will have a clear intention of how you want to transform your life, and you will do a lot of things which brings you joy and happiness in your life, you will start attracting those results really fast. Then the second law, which is to me much more important than law of attraction, is law of vibration. Everything has a unique vibrational frequency. And once we understand that, we easily ditch what is truly not serving us, what is lowering down our vibration, what is not supporting the state of being in which we want to be most of our time. Everything is vibrating. When it comes to food, what kind of food is lowering down our vibration? It's not about an idea like what kind of food you need to eat. You need to have that kind of a diet and that kind of a diet. You can eat whatever feels right to you, but become aware of what kind of food is helping you to stay on high vibrations and what kind of food is lowering down your vibration. Same is, for example, with music, with water, with thoughts you think. Each thought is in a certain vibrational frequency. Emotions each emotion is on a certain vibrational frequency. If we look the emotional scale, we see all emotions are connected, and one emotion is always leading you to another, and to another, and to another. That's why when something sad happens in your life, if you are following the sadness and not doing anything about it, soon you will get deeper into the negative state of being. You will experience more sadness, and then misery, and then anger and frustration, and then depression, and and so on. But we can reverse that by becoming more aware of how we feel, in what kind of emotional state we are, and we acknowledge it. By acknowledging, we start climbing upwards towards a positive spiral on that emotional scale. We become aware, okay, we are in anger, and anger will transform into sadness. Sadness will transform into inner peace by being aware, okay, I'm sad and it's okay, I feel okay, let's rise, let's be more aware from where it is coming from, and suddenly you will experience an inner peace, and from inner peace comes happiness, from happiness comes joy, from joy comes creativity, inspiration, and from inspiration comes more flow, and from more flow comes more joy, and from more joy comes more love, and so on. It's all vibration. We recognize our life is always a reflection of our vibration. And once we understand that, we will truly pay more attention to our vibration, not so much to our thoughts. Our thoughts comes then, later. But firstly to our vibrational state, and how to raise it, how to let go of what is not serving us anymore. We place more attention to that, and then we recognize, okay, that's why my life is that way. And if you don't know how to get out of a certain state, find somebody which can help you. Do not just wait that things will change, because we have the third universal law, the law of action. To achieve something, one must take action. That's the law of action. If we're talking about the law of attraction, you see, there is attraction. At the end, there's action. If you want to attract something, you need to act towards it. And even changing the way we think requires a great amount of action and awareness and consciousness and energy, right? So the law of action is always activated when we are doing something. And most of the time we are always doing something. If nothing else, we are thinking. So the awakening is all about becoming more aware, more familiar with yourself, and becoming more aware of yourself. What are you doing most of the time? How are you thinking most of the time? How are you behaving most of the time? And once you become aware of it, you will start recognizing patterns in your life. Once you will start recognizing patterns in your life, you will understand why your life is the way it is. It's the byproduct of the patterns which are on a certain vibrational frequency. Every time you're doing the same unconscious patterns, you are in the same vibrational frequency, and you can define that vibrational frequency by the state in which you're in, by the emotional state in which you're in, by the thoughts you think while you're doing that. As soon as you will become aware of it, you will see, well, I don't want to repeat those patterns anymore. And because Those patterns are our habits, our automatic behaviors. And because those automatic behaviors are not just changed by being aware of them, by recognizing them, we need to design new ones. And new ones are designed by a new consistent repetition of those new patterns, new behaviors. And that's how you will design new habits. That's why this awakening that is happening right now, why the pandemic and all of that started. So we would have more time to shift the unhealthy patterns. That's the greatest meaning you can find. All of that started happening so each of us would have more time to work on our unconscious patterns, unhealthy patterns, to shift them into healthier ones so we can become more united, more connected, more creative, happier, more joyful. So we can start together healing the planet, and the planet can start healing ourselves. And that's truly beautiful, my friends. The law of action is governing a huge part of your life. Then we have another one, which is called a law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Energy is always moving and changing. This one is actually explaining to us that we never die. Energy will just change its form. Right now you're experiencing life through the vehicle of your body. And you can touch your body, you can feel your body. But once you, for example, you go to sleep and you experience some vivid dreams, you feel alive in those dreams, but you don't sense your physical body like you're sensing it right now. You sense everything completely differently. That's why, because you're still aware, but your energy is in a different form. It is always changing. Energy is always changing. Right now you can see a rock on the floor and you can see, okay, that's a form of energy. That same energy is present in a tree. That same energy is present in your body, in your organs, in your blood, in your heart, in your brain. That same energy is present in the water and in the air and in any space. The same energy in a different form is always present, which brings us back to the quantum law. Everything is one. Everything is an expression of one and the same thing. However you want to call that one and the same thing, you can call it God, you can call it universe, you can call it divine mind, or as the Native Americans call it, the divine web, the web of life on which everything is connected. Every form is an expression of that one and the same energy. And there's a law of perpetual transmutation of energy, which is allowing this energy to transform into different forms. Once we understand it, this is truly powerful when it comes to manifestation. You may say you are lacking money right now, but because the energy of money is right now in your life, not lacking, but it is present in a different form. It is present in a form of a certain tool, which can help you or allow you to transform your gifts into some physical objects, maybe some creations, maybe artwork, or maybe certain things which can give value to people. And once you start sharing more of those values that are like more valuable things that are produced by you, you start using that energy and you start transforming it, and suddenly in exchange of your work, you will transform the energy of money into money. It will come to you. So all of those things sometimes can be hard to understand, especially when we are in that lack state. But we need to remember that everything is always present, just in a different form. If you don't see money, it doesn't mean that the energy of money is not present yet. But the universe is always kind of pushing you to work on your craft, work on your gifts, work on your talents, so you can start truly cultivating the energy which will eventually transform also into money. But you need to start cultivating energy to bring more values to people, more valuable things to people, so we can bring the solutions to the world's problems. That's where people will find values in your work, and they will start paying you for that, or giving you like whatever you need, whatever you will ask, people will give you that. The universe will bring more of that. The law of perpetual transmutation of energy is allowing you to truly transform one thing into another. Then we have the law of relativity. It's all relative. Nothing is how it looks. And again, as I said before, maybe your life right now seems to be like you're lacking something, but nothing is how it looks. Everything is relative. Like time is relative, our reality is relative, our thoughts are relative, even our emotional state can be relative, depends on how we choose to perceive things, and we can change our perception. That's again the law of relativity, is allowing us to always change our perception to see what we want to see. Once we choose to see what we want to see, our life will start adapting to our new perception, and our energy will change because of the law of relativity. And because our bodies are truly so objective, once we change our perception, our bodies will feel like we're already living that new reality, just that we need to go all in. We always, if you truly want to shift your perception, it's not enough just listening certain affirmations and meditating. You need to go all in. You need to start living as you are in that new reality. Even if you don't have those things, adapt habits of your new self, like the new version of yourself. Adapt habits of the new version of yourself, and you will see how fast your life will start changing, how fast you will start meeting people which will help you to grow on the areas where you want to grow. How fast things will start changing. You can't believe how fast it is possible. Then we have the sixth universal law, which is law of rhythm. Everything goes through cycles, rhythm or patterns. Nothing is permanent. And this law is really, really important when it comes to what we are seeing right now, as everything is going through cycles, through rhythms and patterns. Everything is a certain pattern, and patterns can be changed, not by forcing to change a pattern, but by adopting a new pattern, a healthier one. That's why if you're not changing your habits, you're staying the same. If you're not changing the way you act in your life, the way you do things, you're staying the same. If you're not changing the way you think, you're staying the same. You're in your old patterns. And that's the law of rhythm. Everything is moving, everything is flowing. But if you're not changing your way of being part of that flow, you're staying the same. If you're staying the same, you can't expect that your life will change. Doesn't matter how much you wish something to change. If you're staying the same, your energy is staying the same, and if your energy is staying the same, your life cannot change. Doesn't matter how hard you try to change the way you think. Change your patterns and your life will completely change. You will see perception will change much easily if you will start changing your daily patterns, like your morning ritual, what you do when you start your day, how you start with your mind, how you think about yourself when you wake up, and truly be aware of those early hours of your day. then reading some new books, some new information, like installing into our mind something completely new, something which can inspire us, which can uplift us. Then doing something creatively, which is truly like a beautiful song for our soul. Soul starts dancing and it feels truly alive. Then having some deep conversations with open-hearted people. Then helping others, right? All of that can help us to step onto completely new patterns where we start a new cycle, what we call a new chapter in our lives. That's why we always have the new moon and the full moon cycles, always certain patterns. Each new moon is different, each full moon is different, each cycle between the new moon and the full moon is different. Ancient indigenous people knew that, they understood that. And they were always following the cycles. They knew when to plant certain seeds, when to let go of something, when to work on their emotional body, when to work on their minds, when to take care of the shadow parts of themselves, and so on. It's all a part of a certain cycle. And the law of rhythm is actually, it is taking care of that not everything is happening at the same time, that everything is happening in a certain cycle, in a certain area, in a certain aspect of life. So, my friends, if you truly want to change your life and you want to become more connected with yourself, become aware of the patterns in your life. Become aware of the cycles you're going through. If it feels like you're going through really hard moments right now, you're just in a period where you're learning something really important. It will not last forever because everything works in cycles. It will not last forever, but at some moment you will experience that click, you know, that understanding, okay, now I know what life was teaching me. And then we need to do something about it, so we change the way we behave. We change the way we think and the way we act. If we don't apply the lesson that we've learned, we'll get back and enter the same cycle again. That's why so many people are experiencing same relationships. Doesn't matter how often they separate themselves with their partners, they meet a new person which is exactly the same personality. And that's why, because we are not aware of the cycles and patterns, once we recognize the patterns, we can change them for the healthier ones. And the last law we'll be talking about here, there's more universal laws, like 12 of them and even more, but we'll be talking today just about that, so the video will not be too long. And let me know if you would like to hear more about it, I can make another video. The law of polarity is the 7th universal law. There are two sides of everything. The law of polarity. Two sides of everything. And the world right now is truly deep in polarity right now. Black and white, good and bad. And you know, we see such a deep polarity right now of everything that many people have lost the connection between one side and another. But what is truly connecting us is awareness. And as Dalai Lama said, the greatest force that connects everything together is compassion. By compassion, we can build that connection again between one side and another, and we become aware that everything is still and always be part of one thing. If we get too distracted by one side, we forget that it has another side, and soon we will experience another side. For example, if you're going through hard moments, if right now you're really suffering because of something, it means that soon the coin will turn around and you will experience really good moments. You will have really good time. And if you will not be aware in those good times that it's just the other side of the coin, soon you will get into a period where you again experience bad times again. So if you want to balance this one and another side, is always be compassionate towards yourself, be compassionate towards others, and always appreciate your life, always stay grateful. Gratitude is helping us to stay in balance. It's nothing wrong with being excited and being, truly joyful when we are going through beautiful moments. But often when people start experiencing beautiful moments, they activate their ego self because they are not so aware of their aspect of themselves yet. So ego starts saying, oh, I'm really good right now, everything is working well, I'm on high vibrations and so on. So we need to become aware that always we need to stay grateful so we can stay grounded. Always we need to appreciate where we are. When you are facing with bad times, by appreciating yourself, you will balance yourself and bad times will not seem so bad anymore. They will seem as great lessons. And when you will go through good times, by appreciating yourself and staying grateful, you will experience more of that gentle happiness, more of that flow state, more of that truly beautiful, blissful state, rather than adrenaline and ego. And that's beautiful to me. By gaining that greater control over your internal state while you're going through certain ups and downs, will truly help you to stay grounded and to stay in balance with yourself and with the world. By understanding these laws, we are not falling anymore out of alignment, but rather we understand why things are happening the way they are happening. And as I said before, all that pandemic and whatever is going on in the world right now truly brought us an opportunity to have more time to recognize what kind of patterns to change for the healthier ones, so we can change ourselves to the healthier versions of ourselves, so we can become greater versions of ourselves and we can embody them. We have a great time to practice who we want to become. Right? So we can become great leaders of our lives and great examples that being better is possible, that the change is possible, that we truly can embody the greatest versions of ourselves. So my friends, this is it for today. I'm sending you all lots of love, blessings and power. Have a beautiful, blissful, magnificent day, and till next time, my friends, to everyone who would love to learn to paint with me, you can go and check out my other YouTube channel. The link is in the description below. And thanks to everyone for supporting my work in my Etsy shop. You're all truly appreciated, my friends. Once again, have a beautiful day and see you soon. One love.